Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Recharge VidCast. My name is Joyce Tan, and I am with Albright Digital, and we are your online reputation management vendor. So for today, we're going to help you get your review process in high gear. We're going to do a quick 15-minute overview of the basic principles of online reputation and show you guys how you can expound upon that and increase that. Let's begin with your customer's perspective of what they see when they do a simple Google search for you online. And let's start out by explaining it with a general scenario. So say you have friends over from out of town and you want to go out to eat somewhere. You'll probably start online and do a search for your favorite type of restaurant. Let's use barbecue as an example. So you'll search for barbecue Raleigh, North Carolina. And what you'll see is you'll get a couple of search results. We have three here: the Pit Authentic Barbecue, Clyde Cooper's Barbecue, and Old Time Barbecue. What you'll notice in these three search results is something very similar, and it's their Google star rating and the number of reviews. So the Pit Authentic Barbecue has a 4.0 star rating, 461 reviews. Clyde Cooper's Barbecue has a 3.9 star rating, 61 reviews, and Old Time Barbecue has a 3.6 star rating and 55 reviews. If you are a customer looking for where you want to go to eat and take your friends at it, you'll likely choose the search result with the highest star rating and also the highest number of reviews. So the Pit Authentic Barbecue wins here for you guys. Now let's apply this same concept to if a potential customer was trying to buy a new car. Let's do a simple search for dealerships in Toledo, Ohio. You'll see a similar search result pattern below. Brown Honda with a 4.4 star rating, 47 Google reviews, and the same kind of thing with the rest of the dealerships that show. As a potential customer, you're going to look for the highest star rating. You'll see that Brown Honda with a 4.4 star rating and Brandeis Ford Lincoln has a 5.0 star rating. You'll probably choose between one of those two as the place you want to go to buy your next vehicle. So what I want to point out here for you guys is that customers use this type of search process in order to decide where they want to buy their next vehicle. So this is really integral in the beginning. Now, say a dealership has a negative star rating. I want to point out the high visibility of that and how that can impact what your customer is going to use when deciding. Santa Monica Ford is our example here. They have a 2.9 star rating and 29 Google reviews. That's a fairly low star rating. It's visible where you see the red circle here, and it's also visible again on the right-hand side. I've circled it in red, a 2.9 star rating, 29 Google reviews. In addition to that, a potential customer will also see sample customer reviews, and I have that circled here. You'll see that one of them is "I hate car dealerships," and another one is "the customer service is horrendous and the service department lacks talent." So this is information that a potential customer is going to use in determining if Santa Monica Ford is a good dealership for them to go to buy their next vehicle, and likely that's not the case here. But to give you guys a little bit of hope, you as a dealership actually have control to change the type of information that is presented to your potential customers, and I'll get into a little more of that in a little bit. So the main goal for you guys is to get a perfect CSI score and also to get a really high external rating on your external sites like G+, which is known as Google+, Cars.com, Yelp, Edmunds, DealerRater, etc. So to get that great score, it's achieved by giving your customers a really great experience in the dealership and also knowing that when they leave the dealership that they are satisfied before getting that CSI survey. And that's where we come into play, we as Albright Digital. We have a tool that provides your customers with an ability to share and leave internal feedback and transfer that internal review to an external review that's shown to the public and other potential customers. That tool is known as a review survey app. It's a two-step process, and it provides the dealership with immediate feedback of what the customer is feeling, and also you'll be able to know in advance if the customer is happy which will likely guarantee that they'll have a great CSI score to give you guys. So I'll quickly point those out. There are 3 parts to this review process. And as I mentioned, the first one is the internal review, and that feedback is sent immediately to the dealership management, so internal management. And then we have an ability to help your customers share that internal review externally, known as the external review. And that's what the public will see, such as potential customers, other consumers, and interested buyers. And those reviews will be displayed on sites like Google+, Yelp, Cars.com, etc. And then the final piece of the pie is the CSI survey, and that's the survey that's sent from the original manufacturer to your customers, which you're very familiar about. So what I want you to take away from this is that our tool is here to help you, so that once you know your customer is happy, you can rest easy that you're going to likely get that great CSI score and also have a great external review rating. So your next question is probably, how can your customer access that review survey app? Well, we have a number of ways. The first is through an automated email. So this email is what is sent out automatically through your CRM, and it's sent, like I said, as an email to all of your sole customers and also all of the customers that come in for service. The second way is through an iPad shortcut. The third way is through a button on your website. And the final way is accessed through a QR code that can be printed on various marketing collateral. Now what I want to do next is show you briefly what the review survey app looks like. This is not something you'll necessarily have to walk your customer through, but it's good to know what your customer will be experiencing so that when you do mention it to your customers in a dealership, you have a better understanding of what to tell them. So I will take you through that right now. Okay. So when a customer opens their email, they're prompted to type in the salesperson that they worked with, and we'll do it in real time here. Let's use John Doe as an example. They create a new review. It takes them to this page where it asks them, did you have a good experience? The customer can choose yes, they did, or no, they didn't. We'll go through both flows real quick. Let's say they had a great experience. They'll choose yes. It'll take them to step 1 of the review survey. They'll type in their name, and I'll use mine as an example, their email address. The salesperson's name is automatically defaulted here, as well as a 5-star rating. And then we also provide an opportunity for the customer to leave feedback. And for sake of time, I'm just going to copy and paste something that I have for you guys as an example. Just a couple of brief sentences to give you guys at the dealership a better idea of what the customer went through. So once the customer fills that out, they'll hit the submit and continue button at the bottom. It'll take them to step 2 of the review survey app, and you'll see that that same little description is on the second page. And what happens here is the customer has left the dealership an internal review. So an email has been sent immediately to management of that description. And this page provides the customer an opportunity to share that internal review externally. And so all they have to do is hit this gray copy button, and this just confirms that the text is copied. And the customer has an option to choose whether they want to share that review on G+, Yelp, Edmunds.com, Cars.com, or DealerRater. Let's use G+ as an example. So if we click the G+ icon, it's going to redirect us immediately to your dealership's G+ page, and we're going to use Albright Digital as an example. So then the customer just has to click write a review right here. Click 5 stars because they love their experience, and then just paste their review. Publish it, and immediately that review is published on your G+ page, and I'll show you you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see it down there on the lower left-hand side. So let's go back and let me quickly show you what it looks like if a customer leaves a negative review for you. So the customer is prompted to type in the salesperson's name again. We'll use John Doe as an example. They'll create a new review. And they're asked again, did you have a good experience? We'll select no. And it's a similar page here where the customer types in their name, their email address. The salesperson's name is defaulted already. And the customer can choose to select how many stars to rate their experience. We'll choose 2 stars. And then there are a couple of binary questions here to kind of troubleshoot maybe what happened at the dealership. And we'll, for sake of time, we'll select no to all of these. And then the customer is also provided with an opportunity to provide a few sentences of feedback of why they did not have a good experience at the dealership. And again, for sake of time, I'll just copy and paste that down here. And then at the bottom, you'll see they can hit, the gray submit feedback button. And the difference here for the no flow is that they have not been given an option to share that internal review on an external site. We refer to this as our safety net no flow. So when a customer has a negative experience, this is really important that the dealership management will get immediate feedback of that negative experience, and you guys will have an opportunity to rectify that issue with your customer before they get their CSI survey, and also rectify that issue before they have a chance to share that negative feedback on any external sites. Okay guys, now let's do a quick recap of the review app process. So if a customer had a good experience, they'll click the yes button, submit an internal review, which is step 1 of the review process. And that review is not automatically shared on an external site, so the customer will have to choose whether or not they want to share it to G+, Yelp, Cars.com, Edmunds, etc. If the customer has a negative experience, they'll submit an internal review as well after they hit the no button, and then an email is sent to internal management of the dealership so you guys can in advance rectify that situation with your customer. A couple of key takeaways I want you to gather from this presentation. The first one is that you cannot automatically push reviews to external sites. What this means that when a customer leaves you guys an internal review that's positive, that review cannot automatically be pushed or sent to G+, Cars.com, Edmunds, etc. So the customer will have to actively select which external site they want to share that review on. And the reason for this is to provide a sense of authenticity so that when potential customers look at those review sites, they know and it can be guaranteed that that's a legitimate review coming from another customer. And this is not some sort of system that we set up, but it's just the review process in general. So what we're trying to do at Albright Digital is provide a tool for you guys and for your customers to make that process more seamless. The second key takeaway is that it takes a team effort to build and maintain a positive online reputation. So we are here at Albright Digital to help provide you tools and strategies to help get you guys a better, more positive online reputation, but it also takes effort from within. So you guys as the salespeople, the service team, and everyone in management, everyone needs to work together so that you guys can have the best image online for any potential and repeat customers that want to shop at your dealership. And thirdly, a great tip for you guys, especially the salespeople, is to create something similar to a talk track for your customers when you talk to them about the review survey app. So you already have a talk track when you're giving your sales pitch to any new customers that walk into the dealership. Have a similar mindset when you're talking to them about the review app that they're going to receive in their email. Create a quick little talk track. Practice it with some of the other guys in the dealership. The more you practice it, the more you get comfortable with it, the easier it is to talk to your customers about it. And then the final result from that is that you'll probably get more external reviews and hopefully a higher CSI score because you know that your customers are happy based on those internal and external reviews. And that wraps up our presentation here. If you have any questions for us, please contact us anytime. The email to use is at the bottom of the screen. It's jtan@albrightdigital.com. Again, my name is Joyce Tan, and I'm happy to answer any questions for you guys at any time and help you guys out to have a great